Hello, and welcome to another Sandia Mountain Natural History Center quick trip. Today we're going to be going on a little wildflower walk. Hopefully we'll find some pretty wildflowers, and we might even make a press of one. We're out here on Burnt Mesa, which is near Los Alamos, New Mexico today, to look at flowers. And we're going to do a plant press of this flower right here. But before we do our plant press, you want to identify the flower. The go-to book that I use to identify flowers in this part of New Mexico is by Larry Littlefield, a good friend of the Sandia Mountain Natural History Center. It's called Wildflowers of the Sandia and Manzano Mountains of Central New Mexico. Even though we're in the Jemez Mountains, this is still a good book. So, most guidebooks like this are split up fairly easily into colors. So we can go into our colors and we can find the whole description of what this flower is. And in this case we have a Rocky Mountain Penstemon, one of the most beautiful flowers out here. So we are going to make what's called a plant press of this Rocky Mountain Penstemon. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to use a press. If you don't have a plant press like this, they're easy to make. I made this one out of pieces of plywood. Or you can even take a book and put your flower in the book, put a weight on the book and press it overnight. You may be wondering why you would want to press a flower. Well, there's a few reasons. Scientifically, it's a way of preserving the flower. The Museum of Natural History and Science has a whole herbarium, which is where we store plant specimens for scientists to study. Scientists can learn things about growth rates, they can study climate change. There's a lot we can learn from plants by keeping them in a herbarium in a museum. Another reason, and the reason why we're going to do it today, is because it's fun and it's a neat craft project. You can make these presses into all kinds of arts and crafts projects like greeting cards and package decorations. So let's go ahead and get started. So, to press our flower, all we're going to do is take our press, which I said before was just some plywood with some holes drilled in it. You don't even really need the holes. And then some cardboard and some absorbent paper. The paper I'm using is watercolor paper, but you could use newspaper or anything like that. So, we're going to put our paper down, and you can just pull the flower off, but it just makes it a little bit neater transition if it's cut. And all we're going to do is place our flower in there and put it in our press. Squeeze it. We want to get pressure on it. And then we're going to tighten it up with our rope. Now, if we were doing this for scientific reasons, we would need more of the plant. Because scientists wouldn't just study just the flower and the stem, they would want the roots and everything. So we would actually dig this plant up before we pressed it. But since we're just doing this arts and crafts style today, we don't need to do that whole thing. So this will be in our press for a couple days, and then it'll absorb the moisture, dry out, and we'll be able to use it in our craft project. During our hike, we were able to find a good variety of flowers on this windswept, sunny mesa. After about 48 hours, it was time to take our plant out of the press. It's pretty simple, just undo the press
and gently find your flower and take it out. The sample we collected was turned into a Mother's Day gift.